right here looks like a football player, man. What's up, Brummell?
Morning, man. I wish I was. At least getting a salary at least.
I know, right? You look like you lifted up the whole gym, man, brother.
No. Probably about a quarter.
A quarter of the gym? Man, when you come in, like nobody else can work out. Everybody just sit down and look at you, huh?
I wish I had it like that, man. I ain't getting like that.
So what's going on, man, with this flag football league? I heard big things be happening in St. John with this league.
You heard correct, man. And it's about that time that we coming in, just trying to get everybody knowledgeable of the fact that we're getting it moving again. It's in progression. We're putting the behind the scenes works together so we can make it a big and a better season this year over there.
All right, and you got Mr. Kent Wessinger with you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good to be here this morning.
All right, well, it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Now what capacity do you serve?
I head up the kids league over there.
Now, see, you're the most important dude in the room right now because you head up the kids league.
That's exactly right.
Man, I appreciate you for doing that, sir.
You're welcome. Lived in the Caribbean most of my life. All three of my kids born and raised in the Caribbean. Lived in Jamaica for a long, long time. And have a real passion for opportunity because we all know that many times, not just our culture here in the islands, but our cultures around the world don't necessarily put forth opportunities that are available for kids that need to be put forth.
Okay.
And many times those opportunities aren't put forth because adults aren't stepping up to the table and putting forth those opportunities.
Could you say that part again?
Because adults aren't stepping up and putting forth those opportunities.
Let me rewind you. Say that part again.
Because adults aren't stepping up and putting forth those opportunities.
Thank you very much. Carry on now. Proceed.
And I will tell you that Brummell and I've lived on St. John for 8 years. And Brummell and I actually met on a football field.
Okay.
We're both extremely competitive people.
Okay.
And I was on one sideline, he was on another sideline, and how we got to meet is he beat me 1 year, I beat him 1 year, and it became a little bit more than the kids. It became him against me.
That's how it happens in sports sometimes.
Exactly right. And then one day the American Legion kind of ceased to exist, and it went 3 years without happening.
Right.
So one day I was on the Julius Sprout field playing with my son, and within 10 minutes I had 30 kids out there playing with me. So I played quarterback on both teams for a little bit. I retreated up in the stands after they wore me out.
Okay.
And I sat up in the stands, and I was looking down in the stands, and I saw a rat eating a bun. I looked behind me, and I saw cockroaches all in the food stand there. I looked down on the field. There wasn't a blade of grass, and the scoreboard's broken, and I'm thinking, these kids are down there on that field, are as happy as can be, but what they need and what they're longing for is they're looking for just one adult to stand up and lead because they can't lead.
Right.
And so I'm looking around and I don't see no one else in the stands.
And you became the leader.
And I became the leader.
Man, let me shake your hand, my good brother. Hey, over in Love City, St. John, I don't know what it is about Love City, St. John, but apparently for a while, they wasn't loving the kids. I mean, they love the kids everywhere else. St. John has got an aquarium for a basketball court. Like when it rains. Could you tell me about that?
Let me chime in on that a little bit.
Yeah, please.
You see, not to take what you said out of context, we had a whole lot of love for the kids, but the powers that be started to started letting the kids take second place.
That's right. Brummell, before I let you go on this very serious topic, right, I just want to point out, the other black guy in the room, DJ Ma, you see how hard he hit him in the chest? He didn't even flinch. But go ahead, Brummell, go ahead.
Oh, man. It's all good. But with that said, man, it takes, like the old proverb say, it takes a village, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much our effort right now, and what it is that we're doing, trying to push along with the men's league is to have the kids league run concurrent with it. And every year it's growing, every year it's getting bigger. It's to the point right now where with the league itself, I remember from its inception, it was just a handful of guys, local guys, decided that they just wanted to go out and compete, you know, for bragging rights or whatever the case it was. And then initially, when we first started the league in 2009, it was about, I'd say, 90 players total in the league when we first got started.
Okay.
And to last season, 2011, the league had grown to about 168 players.
Man.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
So, I mean, it's getting bigger, it's getting better. So what we did is, behind the scenes now, we needed some sort of structure to put it together, to make it more professional, to make it more organized. and to impact the community a lot more. So we started a non-profit organization called the St. John Football Association.
Okay.
Just to, again, push the league more. And with that said, I definitely would like to let everybody know who's behind the scenes helping.
And then let me know when it's opening night.
Definitely. We have Matt Ellis, which is the vice president. David Marsh, which is the treasurer for us. Chantal Hoheb, who deals with our public relations.
Oh, okay.
Audrey Penn, our secretary. Chad Prentice, our events coordinator. And Mr. Kent Wessinger here, who's our junior league coordinator, along with Richard Clendenin, who works with our sports park and recreation. And myself, the president of the organization.
Okay. All right. So when is opening night, brother?
Opening night is on January 13th.
Oh, y'all real organized. You here already?
Yeah, man. So we try and get moving because one of the things, too, that we want to do is every year we try to field at least 8 teams. But what happened this season is we lost a team. So we're actually trying to fill that 8th slot just to make it easier for scheduling and stuff like that. And plus, there's been a lot of people that's been inquiring about when the league's going to be and wanting to play and stuff like that. So if there's anybody that's out there listening that thinks they have enough people to form a team and come over and compete or whatever the case is, we're leaving that open for another team right now as well.
All right, well, definitely, man. Is there a number to call where they can contact you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me do this first. You can hit us up via email at stjohnfootball@gmail, and that's ST period, stjohnfootball@gmail. We're also on Facebook at St. John Football USVI. You can hit us up there, and we also have a phone number, 774-3282, where you could give us a call. But definitely like the Facebook page, because that is going to keep everybody up to date with what's going on and what's happening when the league's on. And we got some big plans for opening night and stuff this year, man. So we definitely want to put the word out there to get everybody involved.
Sounds good. Now, Mr. Wessinger, how can young people register? Do they have to be from St. John, or do you accept teams from St. Thomas? Tell me about that.
Right now, you can register at Parks and Rec in St. John with Richie Clendenin, or you can register at the UVI Extension Campus in St. John, which I am the program director of.
Okay.
And we do accept St. Thomas teams. I want to get a shout out to some of you may know Juice Madero, who does a ton of things.
Put him in the juicer.
Yes, for St. Thomas kids.
Right.
A great friend who does a lot, and he wants to put a team in over in St. John. So see Juice, he can make that happen.
Okay.
Hey, I want to say one more thing about the kids. One of the things that we do by combining all of the men and the kids is we're taking men off of the men's team, and they become coaches in the kids' team. So we have a mentoring process that's built in. And that mentoring process that's built in gives the kids a role model. And we take seniors in high school. We also put them in as assistant coaches on these kids' teams. So they have mentors and role models on the teams that are built up. Because what we're doing with these kids is we're teaching them to be champions. I want to tell you, last year in our Super Bowl, it went into triple overtime. We had a ton of people out there watching these little kids out there play for the Super Bowl at night under the lights with food. A lot of people.
I heard people come out there like crazy.
They do. And I want to tell you, at the end of the game, the Junior Bulldogs lost to the Junior Boondocks. And the Junior Bulldogs were out there crying their eyes out. And parents were coming to Brummell and myself saying, hey, why are you letting these kids cry? And my son was one of the kids that lost. And he was crying. And I'm like, I want my son to cry. I want these kids to cry because these kids were that close to being a champion. We want kids to learn how to yield to one another to become champions. Because I promise you, you didn't go to UVI. You didn't pay for your money. None of us went to school to fail. We all want to achieve and grow, and what we want to teach kids is how to become champions and not to take on an identity of blame. We want to
say that again.
We don't need to teach kids to take on an identity of blame.
An identity of blame.
We need to teach kids to take on an identity of achievement and be a champion. And we can use the vehicle of athletics to do that. And that's what Brummell, Germain, and I are doing, is using this vehicle of athletics to do that. And we're using men and kids to do that in our community.
So
by
how do they contact you to talk about the football league or motivational speaking or church service or whatever you got going, bro?
Did you give them the email address? That's the way we do it, right there.
All right. Just one other quick thing, man. We definitely want to definitely let everybody know that this isn't just the St. John Football Association. We're actually in partner with Sports Parks and Recreation, who's been doing a great job at helping us put on the league for like the last 3 years.
Wonderful.
So there are powers that be that is out there channeling their energy in the right direction to make things happen. So Sports Park and Recreation, we appreciate it, and they're with us again this season to do it again, and we appreciate the work that they've been doing for us. Real quick, once again, hit the Facebook page at St. John Football USVI. Keep y'all updated, and we appreciate it, man.
Hey, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate both of you. All right, that's what's up, man. Check out the St. John Flag Football League. We're going to be keeping you up to speed as to how it's progressing, and, of course, give you the results and the rundowns right here in my sports segment, which is just after 7 o'clock each and every morning. We're going to step left and come right back with some more music. It's 105 Jamz.